Carl the Worm Froch, you've got yourself a fight. Where do you want to fight at, mate? We'll do it in the ring, under the lights. I'll fight you at Tottenham in 8 weeks' time. Me and you, Tottenham, undercard, 8 weeks' time, you'll get that, because I know you're a shithouse. I know you're not a man. A 3-time Hall of Fame, you might be all like 12 stone, mate. You're not nothing at heavyweight, Mike. Well, I'd laugh at you and you'd me.
Well, he's talking about boxing Carl Froch now. Carl is an incredible achiever. You know, one of the greatest champions this country's ever produced.
All the time when they've been talking back and forth, Carl's always said, I don't need it, I'm not interested in it. Carl has now turned around and said, okay then, let's have a fight.
That's because of the conduct of him.
But will John now take it, or do you think there'll be some reason as to why John won't do it?
Without a shadow of a doubt, John will take the fight because it's a great stage for him.
The Cobra's still in outrageous chiseled shape. If you were stood across the ring with me with 10-ounce gloves on, it wouldn't last very long. And if you're talking about kicking up the arse and giving me a slap, when you see me, that's a totally different story. That's a roll around on the cobbles. And trust me, you don't want to go there with me, because I'll have a fight with you. I'll fight you for a fiver. I'll beat you for a tenner. I'll do you both for 15. Right, anyway.
Tyson Fury, even while preparing for his own massive comeback, is leaving no doubt about where he stands on his father's chaotic call-out. He's been completely clear that John stepping into the ring with Carl Froch is a disastrous idea and believes his dad could get seriously hurt. He's shown he's genuinely concerned, knowing full well that the Cobra remains a lethal, precise threat, not just a retired pundit looking for a quick payday. This isn't just promotional drama. It's a dangerous reality now. And Tyson's ready to do whatever it takes to protect his family's patriarch from a devastating mistake.
You've had fucking plenty to say about John Fury. Here I am. You've had plenty to say about John Fury. Where are you? Where the fuck are you? Let's get on. All right, pal? Get the fuck on with it. Here I am. They're talking about it day and night on videos. Day and night on videos. And here I am ready to fight. Where are you at? Where the fuck are you? Hey? The world's been calling me a fucking shithouse. You know me, Lennox. You know I'm no fucking coward. I was gonna fight you in your fucking heyday.
That's true.
Wasn't it true? Did I back away from you? That's right. So put some fucking respect on the name of John Fury and get that fucking Carl Froch here. If he wants it, I'm fucking here. And anybody else in the fucking building. Look here. The ultimate fucking male. The ultimate fucking male. Never fuck with this guy ever again. If you're not willing to put up, fucking shut up. Run like a fucking bitch. Run like a fucking bitch, Carl Froch. Run like a fucking bitch. Run like a fucking bitch.
This wasn't just a flash of anger for the cameras. It was a formal declaration of war against a man who knows exactly how to dismantle opponents. The balcony rant quickly evolved from a screaming match into a genuine, highly publicized challenge. John didn't just want to shout. He demanded that the organizers at Netflix draw up a contract for April 11th, insisting he be placed directly on the undercard of his son's massive event. And to prove he's not just talking, the 60-year-old patriarch has been showcasing his utterly unconventional raw preparation methods. We are talking about true old-school grit. John has been retreating to the woods completely off the grid, chopping down trees and battering a heavy bag with his bare knuckles. He's determined to show the world that his aggressive bare-bones lifestyle is enough to step into the ring with a legitimate Hall of Famer and walk out victorious.
Another running video this morning, but not just a running video. I'm going to be the first man to fight a 3-time Hall of Famer. We're just doing it myself. John Fury style. Running, bare knuckle, heavy bag, eating, living in the woods, chopping trees, eating the filth of the earth. I'm doing it gypsy style. And I'm going to prove to everybody out there, where there's a will, there's a way. Don't need a trainer. Don't need a SC. I don't need none of that crap. I'm going back to the 70s when men was men. If you want to be privy to all of this, contact me Let's hope you got some deep pockets, but it'll be well worth it. It's better than the usual crap on the television, because John Fury can definitely bring it in every way. I'll wait to hear from you. So after a 4-mile run, Big Gypsy John is here in the town square doing a bit of shadow boxing. Go on, Dad. Get up, son. Get up. Get up. Tune in if you want to see more.
You simply don't call out one of the most ruthless fighters in British boxing history and expect him to just laugh it off or back down. Carl the Cobra Froch built an entire legacy on walking through fire and breaking his opponent's will. So, his response to the balcony ambush was exactly as chilling as you would expect. Taking straight to his own platform, Froch delivered a brutal deadpan acceptance video that sent shockwaves through the fighting community. He made it crystal clear that he genuinely feels it is his personal duty to silence John once and for all, claiming the older Fury has spent years living comfortably off his son's immense success. Froch didn't mince words, delivering a cold promise to punch his head in and absolutely stick it to him Cobra style. It wasn't promotional banter. It was a legendary fighter promising severe consequences for blatant disrespect.
Well, he was losing the plot, calling out me and Joe Egan. He said myself and Joe Egan can both tag team him. You know, he'll do a double or whatever. I can't remember how he phrased it. Basically, he'll take us both on. It was quite threatening, actually, and quite, you know, if I was a bit of a snowflake, then I'd have been upset. I'd have been offended by it because it was threatening, he was calling it on, and he was saying basically watch your back and you don't want to go back to prison. So he needs to be careful, doesn't he? I mean, he's talking about going back to prison, so he's putting loose threats out there for me and Joe Egan. But let's be honest, I mean, he don't even want to fight Joe Egan, does he? Let's be honest, he's got no intention of fighting anybody. But that was his first video of him almost losing the plot, and I thought Tyson might get hold of that and say, look, Dad, pipe down now, I'll just leave it and that'll be the end of it. But he's carried on. And this morning he released another video. There was 3 main things that pointed out on that video. The first one, which needed to happen, was an apology to Steve Bunce, good friend of mine, and actually Steve's all right with John Fury. He apologised to Steve Bunce because he went for him. He put his head in his face and he said, I'll butt you in the nose and give it all that. And Steve was like, I'm your friend, John. And he's like, you're no friend of mine. And then he walked off. But that was out of order on Steve Bunce. He's been going through a few personal hardships of late, which I won't go into, but it's not on. Steve Bunce is an old boxing historian. He's a journalist that's been around for many years. Anybody in the boxing world knows Steve Bunce. They know how good he is. They know what a good guy he is. And to go for him when he's just stood there minding his own business, he's the only one that didn't have his phone out filming. And Big John went for him. He's like a bully. He's a proper bully boy. He deserved an apology, and he apologised. So fair enough.
While the internet grabbed its popcorn and fueled the hype train, the man headlining the entire event had to step in with a stark, sobering dose of reality for his own flesh and blood. Tyson Fury knows better than anyone what it takes to survive at the elite level. And he's fully aware that heart and grit only go so far against world-class technique. Tyson issued a desperate public warning to his father, practically begging him to reconsider this collision course. He emphasized that Froch isn't just a retired pundit in a suit. He's a highly dangerous, incredibly precise athlete who retains lethal power. Tyson's message was clear. Stepping between the ropes with a fighter of Froch's caliber is a terrible, reckless idea, and John could end up getting seriously hurt. It was a rare vulnerable moment where the heavyweight superstar wasn't talking trash, but genuinely trying to protect his dad from a potentially devastating physical reality.
Made a beeline for Carl Froch there. What is it about Carl that's
making videos about me day and night, him and his boyfriend, Joe Egan. I could beat them two on a bad day. I could beat the pair of them on a bad day. Look here, run like a bitch. The big Carl Froch. They talk about John Fury left, right and centre when I'm here, in the flesh, growling, ready to rock and roll. I don't give a fuck about fighting. That's my domain. And they know that.
Does that disappoint you that he said it?
I'm an American pit bull terrier, and what are they? What are they? Labradors.
Does that disappoint you that they've said that on the video, but they won't speak to you in person?
They won't speak to me. Every man what's done that and done me in person, he's in a bad way today. Every man. Outside, I'm an animal. I'm telling you now, people who know me, or the past, they're all dead who know me. Who could say he can fight? Outside, he's an animal. They're all dead and gone. I'm from old school. I'm from the 70s, 80s and 90s, when men was men. We didn't talk down YouTube. So men made videos. We fought. And you see that, the pussies, man. Pussies. You think some 12-stone man can beat me a 5 right for that window like an aeroplane, like a paper aeroplane. And he's made it in one punch, put him in the Royal Infirmary. Him can't look out of his eyes. He's been going on and going on. Why are he here to face the big John Fury? Because I've got power. Look at the back on me. Look at the muscles on me. I'm not fat thin. I could drive that right hand straight through the skull, running 4 miles 5 times a week, weight training, hitting the bag, sparring. Come on. I'm ready and prepared for these mugs. And I grabbed them. If you're in the outside, just drop me hand from you know that. Be over.
The blind rage pulsing through the stadium that day didn't just target the intended enemy. It violently caught an innocent bystander in the crossfire, leading to a highly uncharacteristic moment of regret. While John was furiously storming the backstage corridors hunting for Froch, his adrenaline completely took over his judgment. In the chaotic shuffle, he accidentally cornered and threatened to headbutt veteran BBC commentator Steve Bunns, a highly respected figure who had absolutely nothing to do with the feud.